You're listening to this week's episode of the Vacation Rental Business in Today's World podcast. You're about to start transforming your business and life with the information found here. We interview some of the greatest and most influential minds in the vacation short-term rental industry and supporting businesses. The information found here is a combination of brain science, transformational thinking, safety and loss prevention, and vacation short-term rental knowledge and experiences, all rolled into one to help you and your business to achieve levels you never thought possible. I am glad you are here, and now please welcome your host, Eric Thibodeau.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Safer VRs podcast. My name's Eric Thibodeau, and I'm glad you're here. Today, I wanted to speak about possibility and really what happened to us. That's what the title is for today. When I think about possibility, I went and looked at the dictionary in Webster's, and it says basically what is possibility? A thing that may happen or be the case. It may be a thing that may be chosen or done out of several different possibilities or alternatives. So when I think about that, a couple of things come to mind. One is may be chosen. And I think those are really powerful words when you think about anytime we get to choose, we're coming from a place of power as opposed to saying, I have to do this. It's not as powerful as saying, I choose to do this or I get to do this. So I say that just so that we can understand a little bit more about what these words mean. It's a thing that may be chosen or done out of several different possible alternatives. Possibility. Possibility is one of these things that we get to choose. And I say what happened to us because I was remembering back when we were kids, right? Think back about when you were younger. I think about, we dreamed, we believed, and there were no limits. I remember dreaming I was going to be a firefighter, which I ended up doing. Weather, I wanted to be a weatherman, and then I wanted to be an engineer. So these are all things that I thought I thought possible that I could do. I dreamed of being wealthy, and what happened? As I got older, stopped believing that, hey, can I really do this? Or maybe we were told, no, you can't be a weatherman. No, you can't be a firefighter. No, you can't be rich. We heard this maybe from authority figures, our parents, our grandparents, in our lives, leaders that we've worked with, media, teachers, peer pressure. Essentially what happens is we stop believing in possibility and withdrew to the world that's around us, like a box we live in. So we stop believing in possibility. I think this happens to all of us as we go along in life, particularly when we're younger and we're looking up to others. There was a story of this young boy. He was in probably kindergarten or first grade, and the teacher asked him I want you to dream and draw a picture of what you want to be when you grow up. So all the kids started coloring and drawing, and teacher went around, and this young boy had stopped, and he said, I'm done. And she said, well, let me see your picture. And she said, well, what is it? She said, I want to be a pizza delivery driver. And she said, well, why do you want to do that? And he said, well, I just want to do that. And really what was happening with this young boy is, he had lost both of his parents, and he was living with an aunt and an uncle. And the uncle was a pizza delivery driver. And when you look at this story, basically, whether we're young or an adult, sometimes we tend to grab onto the closest branch that we can see or hold on to pull ourselves up. Why is it? It's safe. It's safe. So when we think about our brains, our brains reinforce this. Our job of our brains is to keep us safe, and not just from the physical things out there, but from as we grow and we have this. I'll call it conditioning or things we've learned when we're young. Our brains adapt this to as a protection mechanism. Our brains are great things at keeping us safe. They tend to find things that we do repeatedly and it automates it. It says, hey, Eric does this a lot. Jill does this a lot. I'm going to automate this practice so that when this thought or this idea comes up, boom, it automatically goes and I start acting on it. As we go through this, our brains reinforce this, and 95% of our daily life and activities is run on this our subconscious mind playing and replaying these type activities. And so we think about, what if we could change how we view the world? Now I'm not inside the box. I want to get outside this box that's covered me and has blocked my view. And one of the places I work from is 100% possible 100% of the time. What if this could be our view? How would our lives change? Think about it in your vacation rental business, with safety, with pricing, with revenue management, with your business success, etc. You fill in the box or the blank about what could be possible for you. Now, certainly we have to think. We can't say, hey, I can't raise my prices in my business. I can't manage safety in my business. That's too hard. That's not easy. Anytime you hear these words, these are hint words. Hey, and sometimes I'll be honest, we don't pick up on some of the things that we're doing or saying. And certainly I know I didn't as I was learning some of this neuroscience activity. And that's because our brains are just protecting us. And so when we say, I can't do that, that's too hard, or some of the programming around, money's hard to make, that's really difficult. All this is things that are limiting us and is really keeping us from 100% possible 100% of the time. I operate from a place that basically, everything I need is already inside of me, and I just need to bring it out. Let's think about 100% possible 100% of the time. So now we know what happened to us. We know it's not our fault. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. This conditioning happens to us. Sometimes it happens, in a good way. However, a lot of things that hold us back in our lives are these subconscious or limiting beliefs. So the first thing is, how do we start? We start by understanding your values and who you are. And I've talked about that in the past podcasts. And there's three things that really are important. The first is awareness. The second is understanding. And the third is knowing. So we just reviewed awareness. You think back about what is holding me back. I'm now aware that there are some things, or maybe there could be, and I need some assistance to figure out what they are. But I'm aware now about limiting beliefs and how they're created. And everybody has them, and they run 95% of our daily activities. So the next thing I need to do is understand how I'm going to break through to achieve 100% possible 100% of the time. Here's the key. One of them, actually. Everything starts with a thought. Everything starts with a thought. So how you think and see the problem is the problem, right? So when I think about a problem, I have a thought, and then some emotion comes up that then drives a belief. And that belief is either more than likely it's coming from my subconscious and my limiting beliefs, or something that basically I've been, experiencing my whole life, that then drives my decision, which then produces the action and the results. And are the results what you want in life? You know, we're back to choices here. If you take a look at your life and your business and you're not seeing the success or benefits that you want, then the choices that you are making, which are all stemming from your thoughts, need to be taken a look at. So this is one of the reasons I created Safer VRs. When I sat down and started looking at this, and I've been a safety professional for 32 years and a vacation rental owner and manager for, I guess, in my 19th year now. When I think about safety, or I think about pricing, or I think about revenue management, we're just going to talk about safety for now. There's lots of information about how to safely manage your vacation rental. It's out there. I offer it. Others offer it. Even when we have the material, even when we become aware, our awareness is heightened about fire extinguishers and smoke detectors and pool depth markers and barbecue pits. And we could go on for another 10 minutes about all the issues or concerns that are out there. So we're aware of these issues. But why are we not understanding what we need to do? And this is why one of the reasons I created Safer VRs is to increase awareness. And I can teach you and help you and guide you through all the different aspects of what it takes to manage safety in your vacation rental. And you could probably start to understand it. But will you really know it? Will you really take it and implement it? What's holding you back? These beliefs or these words that common sense, safety is common sense. How do we operate our business is easy. Anybody can do safety. That's not really my responsibility. And you can fill in the blank, whatever you like. Because if you're not seeing and achieving the results that you want in your business and the performance of safety, then you have to reevaluate, your choices, right? I believe that all of our, from 100% possible, 100% of the time, when we take action in our business, either we're going to get the results we desire or the lesson we needed. And every one of the lessons we need sometimes when we're running our businesses, particularly when it comes to safety and those of our guests and our owners and those that are around our property, we can't afford to not understand and know what's holding us back to make sure that we're implementing and having safe properties. So this is what I've discovered is that it's not just awareness is not enough. Safety awareness is not enough. If it was, then we would all already be having safe properties. We would have a safe business. And we wouldn't see some of the incidents we see in the vacation rental industry today. So I would say, I don't think we understand. And we certainly don't know what it takes because we have limiting beliefs. Similar beliefs that hold us back in adjusting our pricing or having effective revenue management. And each of those are things in our business that could be holding us back. There's also issues not just in the business, but in our personal lives. And there is no, we use the same brain for our daily lives, whether it's in business, in relationships, with our families, our friends. Everything is one brain. To say, well, that's a business issue, I'm going to separate that. It's not going to happen. Once again, that's a story that you've told yourself before. So we really don't understand the problem. And we're being held back by stories or beliefs. And we need to break through to what is possible in the vacation rental industry, in your business, in my business, to have safer vacation rentals. And we could apply this to any other part of how we operate our business. So that's why I created Safer VRs, really to help grow our understanding and eventually our knowing of what's holding us back. And so I'd encourage you to check out Safer VRs, safervrs.com. Join our Safer Vacation Rentals Facebook group, and let's talk about how we can help you move beyond awareness and into understanding and knowing what's holding you back in your business, in your life, so that you can really achieve what you want to achieve or you desire to achieve. 100% possible, 100% of the time, it's there. It's in our grasp, and what's really interesting is our brains are holding us back sometimes. So I encourage you to check it out. Think about this. This sometimes is not the easiest to comprehend, or not really comprehend, but to get past by yourself. And I know I certainly have achieved quite a bit in my life after breaking through some of these issues that have been holding me back. And I still work at it every day. Every day, I still work and identify new things, right? Because as we grow, we evolve as a person, as a human. And so new things come up that need to be tackled. I encourage you to take a look at Safer VR, see how I can help you in your business. I'd love to hear from you. And I'd also like you to like the podcast if you've enjoyed this, and we'll have some more topics. And I want you to have a great day. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.
Thank you for listening to Safer VR's podcast with Eric Thibodeau. If you enjoy this, I would love you to join my Facebook group, The Safer Vacation Rentals, for more of the same. You can also join our email list at www.safervrs.com.